proud of the way the guys competed for 60 minutes again. Got a couple guys dinged up. We'll get those tests evaluated tonight and tomorrow. So I don't have an update relative to those two players. But again, I like the way those guys competed. Thought the quarterbacks played well, had good rhythm in the game, knew where to go with the football, completed a lot of passes. Got off to a slow start scoring. Defensively did a great job in short fields in the first half. Then the second half, got out there, got that penalty, helmet, hit the guy, quarterback in the helmet, then went down and scored. But again, a lot to work on, a lot to clean up, but proud of the way the guys competed.
Coach, how do you feel about game management? I know we go through a lot in preseason. Two particular situations. They had a 3rd and 16, a holding with a 3rd and 26, but you declined it. And then the other one was you had to call a timeout with on your 2-point conversion.
Yeah, 3 of the guys on the kickoff team ran out. I think they saw me get excited, but so we called a timeout there. And then the other one, was a 50-yard field goal. Probably should have took him back, to be honest with you.
Kayvon seemed like he was in pretty good spirits leaving. Is there
yeah,
optimism with him?
We'll see. I mean, he'll get the tests, and we'll have more for you tomorrow.
How big a scare was that for you guys to see him go down like that?
Well, I think it's a scare anytime these players work as hard as they can possibly work to try to do as well as they can. And anytime you see someone on the turf, regardless of how they got here, it's always it's hard as a coach to watch a guy go down.
Where do you stand on guys going low in that situation and cut blocking? Just kind of
Yeah, well, that's the rules. If they allow it, we do it as well with tight ends and fullbacks going back to the line of scrimmage. So I got to do a good job playing it. It's tough block, but whatever the rules are, those are the rules.
Coach, you had said the other day that you might revisit the idea of Daniel playing tonight at all. What made you decide to go ahead and put him out there?
Yeah, we can revisit it, everybody. I just thought he could use it. Our offense could use it with him out there. I think he played really well, was in good command, played well.
Coach, you know how much the players put in to try to make the team and everything. What does it say for Alec Bachman to have the game that he had tonight?
Yeah, all this guy's done is the right thing since he's been here. He's showed up in the spring and worked as hard as he possibly could and got better each day. He's one of the first guys in the weight room every day. He's was down. He's down on the depth chart, the rep chart, if you will, and all he does is compete and play hard. And I appreciate guys like that. I think his teammates do too. It was good to see him have some success out there, and he'll get more chances.
Locker room solid, by the way.
You obviously don't have a track record game management-wise, so it was like 4th and 1 at your own 41 late in the half, and you went for it. Is that a preview of how aggressive you might be, or that you just wanted to give the offense an opportunity there tonight?
I think we talk about that, Dan, each week. I'd say we have pretty extensive meetings on that with our analytics department. I think each game, I don't. There's a set area kind of where we decide we would go for it, and a couple of guys give me heads up. Hey, we'll start go for it if we get to this. I think there's a lot of things that go into play. I don't think you can just look at a number and do it. But I do think that, that'll be an important part of some of our decision-making process. And tonight we kind of went with the numbers, if you will. Now there's a lot of things, weather, how the other quarterback's playing, how the other team's playing. There's so many different situations that come up. But I certainly use those.
How much do you you kind of talked about that gut versus numbers. I mean, is it something where gut is kind of the breaking point if it's even? I mean, how do you decide when you go with what?
It's not really like gut. I think it's a calculated decision. There's numbers, and then there's also opponent. There's factors that go into it, weather, how the other team's playing, how you're playing at the same time. I'm a big believer in analytics. I am. We use it a lot in Buffalo, and we'll use it here.
Is that as well as you've seen Davis play?
He's in a game. Yeah, he was in pretty good command. He's been in this offense for, again, he hasn't been in it for 6 months. He's been in it for years. So, again, who we're playing, when we're playing him, I think he has full command of what we're doing. He understands, look, give credit to these front guys that played. Roy's basically played football for a few weeks, like with pads on, his entire life. Chris Owens just came off the airplane to play pretty much a whole half. Holden's playing center for us. So give Bobby Johnson and Tony Sperano, those guys have worked the last 2 days to get those guys ready. They played the entire half. And that allowed, Davis to play. But Davis has a full, firm grasp of what we run, how we run it. We know what he likes. There's time invested, 3 years of time invested with a player. That goes a long way.
Brian, what did you like best about what Daniel did and on the interception? I mean, it looks like it's a pass that, probably can.
Yeah, let me catch it. Yeah.
Why do you think Daniel got in such a good rhythm on that touchdown drive? What was he doing to?
I think he's been in pretty good rhythm. Whether it's playing games, I know practice is tough and there's a lot of things coming at him, but he's picking up our offense. Look, he's only a few months into it, but he's done a good job of really tireless worker. Even on, we'll be on the phone and he's up there every morning with Kafka, and we're trying to, formulate what we're good at right now, which doesn't come easy. It's a continual process of throwing out plays, putting players in different positions, reading body language. Do I like throwing to this receiver on this route? The protections, we see him every day, a lot of those that go along with it. But he's made steady strides. He played well. He was in good command.
How much do you adjust your offense for Daniel compared to, I assume it can change depending on who's under center?
Yeah, no, we look, we're still working on that right now, and that's, again, it's training camp. The season's coming soon, but there's constant communication. That's important for Mike Kafka, who's been calling the plays, and Daniel. And then I'll have constant communication with Daniel, it's okay, hey, he's like, well, I kind of really like these 4 plays. We really haven't run them much. I said, if you like those plays, we're going to put them in. Those are comfortable plays for you. We'll put them in. It's not a big deal. And he's kind of like, okay. We're still building that process, that relationship, and I love the kid of figuring out exactly, what we're going to try to be, and that's in an early part of installing an offense or a defense or whatever it may be. I don't go back 4 years ago, but the plays 4 years ago we were running are way different than the plays we were running 4 years from now. It was a continual evolvement of time, effort, timing, discussions, protections, routes, all these different things, personnel groupings that go into it, and it takes time.
Is that a turning point when Daniel does step up and say, hey, I like these 4 plays? Is that kind of?
I wouldn't say it's a turning point. I mean, he isn't shy to say it. I'm just he can, I told him, if he doesn't feel comfortable with something, and it's the same thing. What you may run with one quarterback, you might have some different things for the next quarterback. They're not all the same. I'm not saying you have 2 call sheets. But you definitely have long discussions with your quarterbacks because they touch the ball on every play.
When you get in that rhythm with Daniel in the first unit, how much do you look at the line first and realize that, it's now 2 games that your offensive line looks like it's really starting to gel out there? I know there are probably things to build on when you start breaking down the film, but...
No, they again, I think they're making progress every day. This was Hamilton at guard now and Garcia, and we felt comfortable, with Garcia. At Florida, he had some. He played a few games in the league, and I kept asking him, "Are you sure you're good?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know what the big deal." That's lineman mentality. But that's a testament to, I'd say, their coaches that deal with them every day and the players to be flexible. So some good reps out there, and certainly a lot to work on.
In the running game, it looked like the design, especially down at the goal line, at the line was really working well together versus just kind of out there as a unit that's just put together.
Yeah, I told Mike, let's not have many runs in the second half. Let's not come up with all these designs, him and Bobby. Let's have a couple runs and that's it. And so these guys know the combination blocks or the down block, whatever we got to call that, we're all on the same page based on the players coming in, when they've come in and the positions that they played. You give those guys a lot of credit for, Chris and Holden and Big Roy. It was good to see.
Do you feel like already you've ruled out something severe? I know there's more tests coming.
Yeah, I can't answer that yet, Pat. I think they'll do the test tonight, MRIs and stuff like that, and get a better feel for it in the morning. You hope not, but don't know the answer to that yet.
Last one.
You played all your starters, the healthy ones, at least, except for Saquon. I think he's healthy. What went into that decision for you to hold him back and put everyone else out there?
Yeah, I just thought it was probably best for the team. He's had a really good camp and gave him the night off, basically. I have a lot of confidence. He's taking a lot of reps. He's had some physical practices. So I wanted to see both Antonio and Corbin tonight running behind, our first line, so to speak. So the amount of plays he would have just went in there were only going to be a few anyways. So I made the decision to just hold him.
What can you say about David Sills' development in this system? Obviously, he's been a good training camp and preseason player the last 2 years. What have you seen out of him in practice?
I think he's just a guy who shows up every day, comes to work. I think he just makes a ton of plays. It's hard to ignore how many plays he's made during the spring, during training camp, and then obviously tonight as well. So he's a tremendously hard worker and a really good player, a talented player, and someone you can count on to get open.
What do you say to your rookie tight end after that play?
I think it's just getting on the same page with some of that stuff. I think, I can probably, do a better job getting the ball down, and I know he'll make that play, and we'll get it. But he's had a good camp, and he's going to be a good player.
Daniel, how would you feel if you didn't end up playing in the last preseason game, and this was kind of what you had to go into the season with?
I don't know. Those decisions are well over my head, but like I said, I thought we did a lot of good things and stuff we can build off of. But we've got an important few weeks of work here coming up. Obviously with this week most immediately, so that's what we're focused on, and a lot we got to still do.
Did you push to play tonight? Because Daboll was saying on Friday he was kind of revisiting whether he would play certain guys. Did you have to make any kind of push like that?
No, that was coach's call, and my job to show up and play.
How much does what you've seen so far make you feel that you guys are at least headed in the right direction as an offense as a whole?
Yeah, I've felt that way throughout camp. I think it's a process, and we're constantly learning and improving day to day. But I felt like we've had a good camp, and we've done that through the first few weeks. So we got to keep doing that. I think that's what's most important is what we do from this point on, and how much we can still improve. So that's what we're focused on.
You're on the sideline, obviously, but when the crowd gets quiet and the card comes out for Kayvon, what is the sideline like at that point? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty scary moment there. You never want to see anyone go down, and so we'll see. And it was a tough play. You kind of saw the block and the collision there, but hope he's all right. I think he's doing better.
Did you see that block? Did you see the movie?
I did, yeah.
What did you think of it?
I think that's legal. It's in the tackle box, and it's part of it. So it's tough. It's a tough part of the game, and I don't have much experience dealing with that. I don't play DN, but part of it.
Daniel, can you and Sills have such a chemistry and rapport? When it comes to building chemistry with a receiver, can anything replace just time spent working? Like you guys spent so much time together. Can anything replace that when it comes to building that with a wideout?
Yeah, I think everybody's different, but there's nothing more valuable than reps, I think, and getting together, going through it in practice, seeing things, having the conversations, correcting things, and moving forward. There's a process to it, and you gotta put the time in, put the effort in, and go through it. So he's definitely done that, but we got to do that. We got to do that with everyone and as a group.
Did you feel like a thrill of playing in this game, knowing that the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl last year, more so than other?
Yeah, I think they're a good team. Obviously a lot of their starters weren't playing tonight, but they're a good team, and it's always fun to get out, at home and play a game at home. So. It was fun being out there.
Finally, is this the benefit of being in the system for so long and just being able to step in there and understanding where you're supposed to go with the ball, what the plays are, and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, it's a group effort. The guys won one-on-one on the outside and had good spacing in zone, and the O-line protected very well. No sacks. It's pretty nice.
Thanks, Dan.
You talked about all the guys that made plays. You had a nice little run yourself there.
Yeah. I think could have thrown to Antonio. He did a good job on that one. It was a good 2-point call. I mean, Cap did a really good job getting in and out of the huddle and getting us good plays, and everybody on the field executed pretty well.
Davis, what was it like when you get Will playing center like for the first time, and what do you say to him to help him stay calm?
I think Will is a vet. I mean, he's played all the positions on the line except center. His first time was tonight, and he can cross off the list. You know, he adds value there. I mean, he's a smart guy. He's a great communicator, and I thought he did outstanding.
Think you'd ever have to catch a screwball from the center? Think you ever had to catch a screwball from the center?
He got it back there. He did a good job up front and making plays and blocking the guy in front of him. That's all he wanted to do.
Did you sit to see Gritty?
I did. I saw it live. He did it in here after the post-game celebration, so he's got some moves on him. They go talk to him about it.
Is there anything you plan to take to next week for him?
Not sure yet. Just kind of enjoy it tonight and wake up and correct some things and build on the performance from Marcus and Keelan and Bachman and up front. That's the first time that group ever played together, so hopefully they feel even more comfortable next week.
What are some of those things you want to work on?
I still think we can hit one down the field maybe. I think I missed a couple down the field. They got separation. I just got to hit them.